Hello guys, so this is my haul of houseplants. Some of them are cuttings and some of them are freshly bought plants. In front of you are two of the newest to the collection, just to give you a little bit of a history. Many years ago I used to work at one of the hardware stores and I was a sales associate there, and so on my lunch break and so forth, I would purchase the plants with my money that I had saved, and so I had almost every plant under the sun. Two are two of my longtime favorites that I've had in the past, and I've been trying to get them back, and I just went to the store today, actually Home Depot, and I found this snake plant. This is one of the traditional snake plants. So I grew up, my mom used to have a snake plant. So that sort of brings back a nostalgia to me of my childhood and all the great things that were around me during that period. So this is one of the traditional snake plants, and it has the little yellowing along there. And these are the types that I had growing up. What I do remember about the snake plant is if you let the tip break, that sort of stumps the growth, and so it will not try to reach its full potential in length, or height rather. It'll sort of stop right there and stay at that height. And so yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting a nice collection of snake plants growing again. But this one here is a peperomia, and I had this plant from when I used to work at the hardware store. I had a different one. I think mine had more of a yellow. This one is a white and green, so I like this one quite a bit. I came across this peperomia at Walmart, and so I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I really want to get it again and get it growing. The leaves are just absolutely beautiful. I love the variegated leaves of the two plants, you know. Yeah, so those two, and let me show you some cuttings that I also got from a friend, so I'll show you that in the next clip. Okay, so here are the two cuttings that I got from a friend recently that are part of this plant haul. So first, let's start off with these three little cuttings here in this pot, and these are the traditional jade tree or plant cuttings. I had a jade tree in the past, and it turned into a really little tree. It looked like a little bonsai tree. And so I'm hoping to grow this again. I really loved my jade tree. I used to admire it all the time, and I was so happy to get a few of the leaves. So they're in a potting soil medium that is like mostly a tiny bit, like I say 1/3 amount of potting soil, and then the bulk of the rest is vermiculite, perlite, and also some worm castings. So I tried to make it as light as possible, and I did not water this soil mixture. I literally just lightly sprayed it, just enough to get it wet so that there would be some moisture on the leaf end, so they hopefully can start some rooting. The other thing that I also did was I dripped some actual real aloe vera gel into the bottom of the holes of these jades, because I know aloe vera gel juice can be a natural rooting hormone, just like the willow tree. If you take the willow tree leaves and soak them in some water, you can use that as a syrupy kind of natural rooting hormone. So these are natural ways that you can root your plants. But moving on to the next one, this one I was not sure what it was. I had to do a lot of research to figure it out, and unfortunately my friends didn't know as well. But when I saw it, it was hanging in a hanging basket with a whole bunch of little white flowers along the stems. It has fuzzy leaves. Let me see if I can zoom in so you guys can see that. I hope the camera's sort of picking it up. But it does have these like little fuzzy leaves. It's not really picking it up very well. But the leaves are sort of fuzzy. And this cutting particularly does not have any flowers. That is right there. That right there is not an actual root. That's a leaf that I broke off. But yeah, it has like these fuzzy leaves. So I was thinking at first a Hoya, but then I couldn't find anything that looks similar. It's a very rare plant, what I found out, and from what I hear, it's called a coleognathae, and that I'll put the actual name in the bottom. It's from South America, and they're just starting to become very popular houseplants that the stores are starting to sell in mass now. So hopefully soon, if you guys don't already have it in your stores, you may have it very soon. But I don't know a whole lot about caring for it. I hear that it's somewhat related to the African violet. So we will see. Hopefully I can first get it to root, and then second, my challenge will be to get it to grow. Alright, so let me show you my next plant for this haul. And last but not least, I wanted to share that I did purchase an aloe vera plant as well. But I've had this one for about a few weeks now, and yeah, let me tell you the quick story about my other aloe, which was sort of more so a succulent than this type of succulent. It was not this same variety of aloe. I don't know the name that it was, but it was definitely a different type of aloe. But anyway, I have a rabbit, and she somehow knocked the actual little aloe plant down. Being that it's an aloe, it's not toxic, but she literally ate the whole thing. She must have did this at night, and I didn't know. And so I just found the whole pile of dirt. There were no roots. She totally ate everything. But anyway, so I wanted to get a real aloe because many years ago I used to grow them. I had so many pups. My plant was so healthy that I was literally the aloe vendor for everyone, like the hair salon and neighbors, family, friends. They could come to me, and I had pups available for everyone. I'm looking forward to making sure that this one grow and continue to be a beneficial herbal plant, as well as a beautiful plant just to look at on a daily basis. So here are some pots that I actually just purchased from my local thrift store to go with my plant haul. I am so excited to get these pots really cheap. I think my total purchase from 2 different stores was only like $7. So let me show you the pot. So here is the collection of pots that I just purchased today. They are so cute. First, let me start off with my absolute favorite. Oops, sorry about that. This one is Little Kitty Cat. It is about pots. So this one is going to house one of my miniature orchids. And so I was thinking to just put it in a little cup, one of my DIY cup videos on how to make free pots. And then I was going to stick that inside of this. But this is so darling. It's so cute. It was only 99 cents. So yeah, that was a great deal. And this one here is for my Sansevieria, my snake plant. And so with the snake plant, I was thinking it's going to get really big. I know that. And I'm not going to really worry about trying to drill a hole through this pot because I'm not going to overwater the snake plant. I know it doesn't need a whole lot of water, and it doesn't need to be watered frequently. So I'm going to take the chance and just add a little bit more sand to the mix and plot it directly into this. And so today was 50% off, so I got this pot for like $3.50. Then this one was my first pot, and I thought to use this pot as the orchid pot too, but I don't need 2 of them. I went to another store and I got the kitty cats last, but I found this one first, and the letter J matches my mother's name as well as my daughter's name. Just love mugs as planters. They're just the cutest thing, and for orchids, they're perfect. You can just insert a plastic clear container. You can watch the roots, and then you put it inside of here. It's so decorative. So that's one there. And then this one is for my pothos. So I have some DIYs planned for this pot. These are actually 2. This was a 2-for-1 deal. And this was like $1 for 2. So 50 cents a pot. And I don't really like this red color. So I'm going to spray paint the outside like a gold and silver color. And I'm going to put a pothos inside and have it hanging. I am going to use like a plastic container for the inside, so I think somebody may have actually put their pots directly in here. Maybe not. It doesn't look too dirty. They probably had like a pot sitting inside of there. But that's a really good deal. So that comprises all of the pots that I got for my newest collection of plants. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope this video inspires you to think outside the box for your planters, for your newest baby plants, or collection of plants that you already have. And if this is helpful, please do share. It's often really, really good to pass along information to someone else who could really need some help. And until next time, show love and kindness. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.